Oh, hey there. I'm Kritin and we are currently in Bharavi, which is a dystopian society that we made for you all to better understand dystopia. Ranveer is also here to help us out. We are currently in high-tech city, so let's dive deeper into better understand this area.
During day, high-tech city is a very peaceful society and is more of a utopian society than dystopian. Most people live in luxury because this is the only place in this dystopian city that is getting developed by the government. But during nighttime, that is a different situation.
During nighttime the city becomes very dystopian and many illegal things happen like street fighting, or illegal trading. All the streets will regularly be overtaken and full, so it is not safe to stay outside. I just happened to find this street that isn't full, but let's move on to the devastated cropland before this street also gets taken over. The devastated cropland is a very hot climate area that is destroyed and abandoned. The cropland became like this after Bharavi and another state fought in war. The farmers who farmed here eventually got money problems due to not being able to grow and sell crops. They regularly died of starvation or suicide. No one really visits this place due to its hot climate. Let's now continue to the governmental residence. The governmental residence is a residence where the government of one president and 7 governors stay. This place on an island very far from Bharavi, so it is hard to get here. Even if you do manage to get past the waters, this place is heavily guarded, but I luckily got through. The president and governors are careless people who only care about their own luxury. Most of the military is also pretty careless, but we are going to get to that.
The Trail of Ruins is the largest region of Bharavi. It extends as about half of Bharavi itself. The trail is full of destroyed parts of buildings, junk, rust. The Trail of Ruins is also very toxicated too. We will now move on to the history of how all of this happened.
So basically, after the war between Bharavi and another city, a quarter of the city was destroyed. The careless government didn't know what to do, as this would take lots of space in Bharavi. So they did the only thing that would increase their title as careless people: they threw it all away in the ocean. That's how the Trail of Ruins came to be as it is now. We will now move on to the military of Bharavi.
Just like the government, as I said before, the military soldiers are also very careless. They don't really focus on protecting the state or its people and take killing people as fun. They also don't do a death ceremony for any of the fallen soldiers who died in battle. We are now gonna move on to the culture of Bharavi.
The culture of Bharavi was first Hindu, but as more Christian citizens moved into Bharavi and as the president transferred to Christian, Bharavi has been Christian ever since. People who are against this transfer to Christian are regularly taken in and killed by the military or leave the city as fugitives. We are now going to move on to the economy of Bharavi.
The economy of Bharavi is different because of the different regions. First is the governmental residence, because the government have access to all the money in Bharavi. Second is high-tech city, because everyone live in luxury and there is almost no poverty on the streets of this city. The final is the devastated cropland, because the farmers who stay there and try to grow crops again are in a very serious money problem. We will now move on to the technology of Bharavi.
The technology in Bharavi is really well in places like high-tech city because it is a smart city. The technology in Bharavi is very well because this is far into the future during the time of 2065. The technology is one of the best than most of the states in the entire world, so Bharavi has surprisingly well technology.